As many of us know, senior year comes with many questions. People are always asking, where are you going to college? Or what's your major? Are you living in the dorms? Are you bringing a car to college? And for me, there was one thing that was always in common, and that was that people didn't really know what my major was, and that's occupational therapy. People always gave me weird looks or continued to ask what it was, or one individual even said, oh, that's where you poke people with needles. Acupuncture, occupational therapy, not quite the same thing. So I'm hoping after this speech you'll be more educated on the major and know more about its field of study. So according to Annette Johnston, she defines occupational therapy in one of her journals as a paramedical treatment involving planned activity to treat the daily activities of living. And so this includes bathing, dressing, taking a shower, cooking, all the things that you do each day that many of us don't even think about. The Funk and Wangnalis Encyclopedia distinguishes occupational therapy into two groups. The first one being functional therapy. Functional therapy focuses on the function and dysfunction of the motor, skills, and nervous system. So this includes mostly working with your hands because your hands are a big part of all these things that we do each day, which I mentioned, bathing, getting dressed, going to the restroom. And this could include things for leisure, for your work or your job, as well as just daily care. The second thing the encyclopedia defined occupational therapy as is the psychological therapy. And one thing that I see is that psychological and the functional go hand in hand, because if you're unable to complete these tasks on your own or independently, you're most likely to have low self-esteem or low confidence. So it is the occupational therapist's job to try and help you gain this independence and up your confidence and your self-esteem as a person. Joan Rose, in one of her journals, said that occupational therapists are really in growing need because of the wide range of settings they work in. And this includes hospitals, nursing homes, schools, in and outpatient centers, traumas, as well as acute care. So the first thing I'll talk about is a school setting. And in a journal called Activities of Daily Living in Children, it said that occupational therapies in this setting typically work with special needs individuals because they have some sort of lack of motor skills or dysfunction that they cannot complete these things in the classroom. And so typically occupational therapists in the school setting are going to work on handwriting, and they'll do activities that usually they're a fun thing that the child doesn't really know they're going through therapy, or they're going to practice handwriting over and over until their motor skills improve. Also, the psychological therapy part of it, they will work on their classroom behavior because a lot of times they struggle focusing or really doing well in the school setting. Another setting in which occupational therapists work in is the skilled nursing homes. And in this setting, you're going to work on more of the activities of daily living that have to do with the household function. So this includes general mobility, feeding, hygiene, as well as just the function of things you do each day. And so in this setting, someone's going to be with you trying to help you gain independence with these things each day. And then Adriana Avila talked about occupational therapists in the acute care. And in the acute care setting, you're going to be working with individuals who have gone through a brain or spinal cord injury. And so obviously this would be a little different because a lot of these individuals have very low mobility or maybe even none to start out with, so it's going to be a less progressive therapy, and it's going to have maybe lower goals, just to try and really work those hands to really gain back as much mobility as possible. Another part of occupational therapy, as we talked about, was getting these things back or gaining independence in these areas, but occupational therapists are also going to help you adapt. So according to the Occupational Therapy Practices Journal, it says that occupational therapists have devices that will help individuals complete these things or ensure their safety. And so a few of these include plate guards or built-up silverware. So if you can't grip a small fork, it'll be a little thicker to help you gain that independence and be able to eat by yourself. Also things like handles in your toilet or your shower, which reduces the risk of fall and helps you feel safer and able to complete these things on your own. Other things include a grabber, so it'll be a rod with a handle on it so you're able to reach things low or high, and again reduces your risk of fall. As we talked about in the school setting, which was mostly handwriting and classroom activities, there are things like pencil grips that will help the child better be able to work on their motor skills and their handwriting. So in conclusion, occupational therapists work with a wide range of children, whether it's a 4-year-old all the way up to a 94-year-old individual. And the activities may differ, however, the main essential thing is the activities of daily living. Things that many of us take for granted each day, going to the bathroom, getting dressed, taking a shower. And so I hope that through this career, I'll better be able to have appreciation for my abilities, but also receive the feeling of helping others be able to complete theirs as they go through therapy and see themselves better be able to do this on their own and have that independence, the function, as well as the confidence. So thank you.